Look, man.
Where?
Oh, I see.
Wow.
Oh my. Bowen, look over there.
Wow, is that
culture?
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Las Culturistas.
Ding dong, Las Culturistas calling.
Matt, would you describe yourself at any point in your life as a princess?
You know, I don't really think I was ever. There was one time I dressed up as a little princess, and actually it was actually pretty visceral because my younger. Oh my god, this is like not me having a flashback to a traumatic memory. You didn't know this was going to unlock something, but it did. My cousin Megan dressed me up in a princess outfit, and I went upstairs in the princess outfit, and I could in the moment know that it was not the thing to do because my parents and all their friends were like, "Oh, it's a little boy dressed as a girl." The first sign.
You can feel the adults sort of like, oh.
They slurped.
Matt's,
That's what I meant to say the whole time.
They slurped.
When I went upstairs dressed as the princess, they went, as Bowen just went, they went.
Every princess has an origin.
Are you already in?
Sorry.
But every
Now,
princess
Bowen,
has an
was there ever a time when you felt like a princess?
I've only really felt like a princess in the presence of another princess. You know what I mean? And there was something really important about our guest one time when we were hanging out. I don't even think you like anointed me as such, but you were just like, well, we're princesses. And I went, you know what I mean?
You started your jaw dropped. So do you feel like we should start a Queens of Comedy, but it's the Princesses of Comedy?
Yes!
Because here's the thing, is like, it's a big joke, but I do say I'm the prince of Christmas once a year. So when you say princess, that's hard because I've just branded as something else, but I could change my brand if you guys were like, we were the princesses of comedy, like the queens of comedy before us.
Yes. Oh my God. I think that's a really important discussion we should have. So our guest is fabulous comedian. You might know him.
Princesses of Comedy is title of that, by the way.
Princesses of Comedy. Oh my God, look, he's being a princess right now. Can we cut to him? Oh!
Well, he's threatened to sort of spike the camera the whole time, and I said that's going to be tough for us. Someone who's having a conversation with you.
It's going to be tough for us because we're over here, but the camera's over there. But I mean, this person knows his frame. Yeah. He knows how to work the camera in a way that I don't think I've ever seen.
But and here's the thing: is it's like I kind of want to be the camera now.
I know.
Wow.
We need to talk. We need to talk about all things princess, camera, everything. Okay, if you're listening to this, I think this might come out before his show, July 12th.
We're crossing
Union
our fingers.
Hall.
This comes out in time for the Union Hall show on July 12th. Hopefully you guys hear this in time.
You guys hear this in time. We'll cut this out. And
able to get down there.
I gotta get to Brooklyn, Park Slope, July 12th, Union Hall.
How would you get to Bark Slope from here?
Bark Slope?
Yeah, Bark Slope.
I would hop on the F train, and I think I'd transfer at Barclays, and I don't know if it stops at
the Union
Street station. Oh no, you have to transfer at Barclays to the R, take that to Union Street.
Yeah, that's how we'd get there from here. And we record this podcast from, what would you call this?
Midtown.
55th Street.
Yes.
Yeah, we're at the iHeart offices in a studio that we found out was originally made for Ryan Seacrest.
Feels very like Coca-Cola Lounge, American Idol era.
Yeah. And then our guest sang the theme song from American Idol. Do you perform this in the show?
Let's bring it in.
Wait.
Please welcome to your ears, Richard Perez! And by the way, there's other shows that are going to happen later on. September, you said?
September
Spring,
2nd,
summer, more
7th.
September?
At Joe's
Summer, more
Pub.
September.
I have a solo show called I Have to Do This.
Yeah.
Huge moment in comedy, I think. I Have to Do This. I think Richard really rocked the scene.
Oh my God.
With his sensuality. We need to talk about sensuality.
We have to, yeah.
Explain what it is to us.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, there's definitely camera work involved.
Yes.
And just kind of like, don't be scared to like look at it.
Who do you pretend the camera is somebody that you know, or?
I pretend it's like that it's like a mirror. I'm kind of just like, well, because when you like act in the mirror, when you do that.
You're always better when you're acting in the mirror than when you have to
So I just
act on
pretend that
camera.
I'm like,
Right.
I know what this looks like.
Don't you
know.
think though?
Like,
Like
I know
sometimes
what's
I'll be in the
happening.
mirror just giving, and we can be like
Oh,
transparent.
no, come
and
on.
gay
We
here.
got to talk about gay mirrors.
Let's
yeah.
really get into it because
Yeah,
how many times have you looked into the mirror and been giving? I
Oh,
really
all
have.
the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
all the time.
All the time.
And then outside of the bathroom, it's
Impossible to get a good
it's
take.
hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so hard to get in there.
Yeah.
I would push for mirrors on cameras on all sets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a shame that we don't have a mirror
yeah.
here today.
I just feel like we would get some. I know what for me. I don't know about for y'all, but the work that you'd get out of me if I just could act with the mirror, it would be crazy.
Yeah.
Emma Stone
Yeah.
found worse than dead.
Jealous, threatened.
Wait, it's actually really cool. Number 13.
Jealous?
Jealous? That's worse
worse
than
than
dead
dead.
to be caught.
When you're jealous,
I mean, there's that saying about it.
What is?
Is it a disease or whatever?
Yes,
Right.
jealousy is a disease, so get well soon. There's also jealousy is the green-eyed monster.
Get well soon.
Oh, envy is the green-eyed monster.
Envy is the green-eyed monster.
Yeah.
And jealousy
is
A disease, so get
is
well
so
soon.
get well soon.
Do you know who first said that?
Who was?
Meredith Marks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from
Do
the
you like
Housewives of
her?
Salt Lake City.
Well, I don't watch Housewives. Like, I don't know that universe like at all.
I think you, out of anybody, would really love it.
Really.
I feel like you'd like old New York. Don't you think that?
Yes,
I
definitely.
I think like I don't know. Of course, like my friends love it, and I it's just such a big
What
universe.
friends? we both leave.
Both leave.
Got him.
Richard lied to us.
And two big poofy dresses. You hear little like
Princesses.
princesses.
Very
Simple.
princesses.
Yeah. Who's the best princess in media? Do we know?
I'd say like I was thinking about us, like the princess discussion. I'm like,
Yeah. What'd you see in your mind's eye?
like Mario Party. Like
Yeah.
there's Peach, Daisy, and then there's another one.
Rosalina.
Rosalina.
The princess of where does she come from?
She is from Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
She has a really tragic story.
Okay.
And you find out about it as you go to visit the library. As you unlock more worlds, you read about her. It's very much like Little Prince. Her parents die. And
They
then
based Mystic River on her. Yeah. Did you ever see Mystic River?
I think actually it was on TV once.
Emmy Rossum.
And I
what
watched, like,
happens
some of
to her,
it.
her character. It's based on Rosalina's sister.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was horrible.
And her dad is Sean Penn.
Yeah, and he was like, "My dad's my daughter." And then Marcia Gay Harden in Rosalina's universe turned a performance bitch
I think Marcia Gay Harden is a princess
off screen.
of screen.
Yes, absolutely. Wait. Is that the one that was? Wait.
You came to Las Culturistas
No,
and you
I
don't
didn't
know
know
who Marcia
Mystic
Gay
River?
Harden
No,
is?
I do. Was
Why don't you tell us who that is?
Was she in Urban Legend?
God, I don't know.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
I might be thinking of someone else. She got like light eyes and like
She got light eyes.
yeah, she's like
She plays.
Don't get me.
Have you ever seen the movie? You ever seen the movie Mona Lisa Smile?
no.
Oh God.
The
really
thing
good.
about me is I've never seen a movie.
No, that's
before.
that's okay. Me
You
neither.
liar.
He's seen
Yeah.
movies. I haven't seen movies.
I've never
I'm
seen a
trying to
movie.
think of a monoculture piece of work that Marcia
Marcia
Gay
Gay
Harden
Harden
was in, and it's hard.
No,
But even then, like some of those, I'm like I missed it.
you're never gonna watch it.
One day I could. Same with like Housewives. Like one day.
If I broke both my legs, I would be
Totally.
watching. I'd be caught up on all movies.
Yes. God
know what I mean?
forbid that. Yeah, but absolutely. I think that's kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna list some movies that Marcia Gay Harden has been in,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys tell me if you've seen this movie and if you think this movie qualifies
Can I
as
see what she
monoculture.
looks like?
Yes, you
Yes.
can see what she looks like. This is Marcia Gay Harden. So, just a minute, zoom in for everyone. That's Marcia Gay Harden. That's actually her
She's
at the
amazing.
premiere of Frozen 2.
Okay.
So, I don't know if she played a role in
I'm so
Frozen
sorry, I
2,
got
but I'm
mixed
going to
up.
imagine that she was there for some reason.
Yes.
So, her acting credits include The First Wives Club. She played someone named Dr. Leslie Rosen. I don't remember her in that.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Meet Joe Black.
That's the gorilla.
Allison Parrish. I don't know.
No.
No.
Again, Mona Lisa Smile. Julia
Oh,
Roberts is in that, and
amazing.
So you may, if you haven't seen that.
No.
All right. Have you ever seen the movie The Mist?
No.
Okay. That's the. This
But
is
you know
tough.
what? How about 50 Shades of Grey?
She played Grace Trevelyan Gray, who I'm only going to imagine must be Christian Gray's mother, rather.
Sometimes
Mama
I joke
mother.
around when someone asks me if I've seen a certain movie. I'm like, is it like 40-Year-Old Virgin?
That's your North Star?
I guess.
Okay, and now I'm like, what about TV? Do you watch the morning show on Apple
It's
TV
amazing
Plus?
the morning show.
She plays like a cunty reporter who's like, "I'll get you." She's always telling you know the role in this.
yes, of course.
It's like her adversary is Jennifer Aniston, who's like one of the top morning show hosts, and she's very like, Rita Skeeter vibes, where she's like,
Cute,
what
cute.
can I report
It's
on
Steve Carell's in
today?
it too.
Steve Carell is in it.
Yeah.
He
Briefly.
was.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
His character drove off a cliff.
Oh my god.
By accident.
Well,
I think your vibe is very Marcia Gay Harden. What do you think of that name?
Gay Harden. I think that it's a great last name, and I think Gay Harden. I think that I relate to it. There's
Yeah,
something
Gay
that
Harden.
resonates.
Do you
Yeah.
harden?
So I actually do quite a bit.
what's the name of the Pokemon that has Harden as a move?
Metapod.
Oh my
Kakuna.
god! Oh my
So if
god.
Kakuna was part of the LGBTQ plus community, he would be Gay Harden.
Yeah,
Kakuna Gay Harden.
100%.
That actually might be title of that.
Kakuna
Gay Harden.
Wow.
That's such a joke for Bowen Yang. But maybe for you as
I
well.
loved Pokemon. Like at my dad's apartment, he still has the binder. I like left it there. We had 150.
You
all
can
150,
sell
like-
those. It's time to sell.
Really?
They're up in market
Are they
value.
really?
Nick is nodding, our camera guy.
Are you serious?
Sell. Yes,
Way
yes,
up.
yes.
People will buy them.
Yes.
For how
Okay.
much?
What would you say?
Yeah, like
I-
for
I-
Charizard.
Listeners, if anyone's
A
interested, please
Charizard
DM me.
could go for I think like 5K.
You're fucking
No.
No, Nick, what do you think?
Thousands?
You're
That's what I'm
lying.
saying. 5K?
I will never forget going to
Okay.
the Pokemon cart. I called it the
I need to
Pokemon
text
cart
my
store.
brother.
But on Tuesdays we would
Text your
go
brother, yeah.
every week, and I could never buy a Charizard because it was $22. But my mom was like, "Hopefully you'll find it in a pack because I'm not allowing you to pay $22 for a card." And then one day,
And now she's eating her fucking hat.
I don't think she understood, nor did anyone, that it would be worth thousands.
But no one understood except us.
Yeah,
Do you know
'cause
what I
that's
mean?
true. Yeah, like it was so like tremendously valuable. Like the feeling of getting one of the cards you wanted, and also you would trade for it. There was a bit of strategy to it,
Of course.
as well, and just trying to like.
Yeah.
Every card was so purposeful or something.
Yeah.
And the holographic of it all,
Oh,
like that
so
was just
cunty.
like, yeah.
I remember
How could
those
you
were like the
not?
first deals. Like I remember
Yeah.
I got in a fight with my cousin and my aunt called our house because he regretted trading a Blastoise to me for a Venusaur. And I was like, "I'm sorry, but we did say no trade backs." That's a verbal contract.
You got the Blastoise?
I got the Blastoise.
That's the better card.
100%.
I don't remember which card it was, but there was someone from like I think that was in 5th grade or something, or middle school.
That must have been hard.
And yeah, this is my princess origin story.
Yeah.
So what happened was there was this guy who was so sweet, very friendly guy.
Gay?
No, I don't know, but I don't think so.
That must have been really hard.
Yeah, and he basically what happened was he told me he had a card that I was looking for, and he was like, "Yeah, I actually have 3 of them." I'm like, "You have 3 of them?" He said, "Yeah, I do." And so then I was like, "Well, I have this other one. Like I think I had 2 of like a rare one." And I was like, "What if we trade?" And he was like, "Yeah, absolutely. I can meet you, or if you want to come after like I forget what happened. We somehow basically what ended up happening was I had my mom drive me to his house.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't think he actually explicitly was like you were meeting me at my home to exchange. I think he was more like Like,
Just-
sure, like we could do it.
This
but-
is like when a guy on Grindr is like, yeah, I'm horny. I'm down.
It's like
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I'm horny. You show up, it's nothing. It's
Yeah,
like, this
I
is like
get
the
there.
childhood version of him. You're like, come over, I'll trade you like my Clefairy. And you show up and there's nothing of the sort. All he had was a Kakuna.
No. He didn't show me any cards. He was just like, he was like, oh, it's actually at my dad's house. Like, all the cards or something.
He just wanted to play with you.
He wanted to play with you, but he catfished you. He meowthfished you.
Yeah.
Meowthfished.
He meowthfished.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
Remember
That was
Mew?
her.
What was the fucking deal?
Mew
Mew?
was sort of like
Mew was like, kind of like emo a little bit. And was just
Misunderstood.
like, yeah.
You think Mew was emo?
Mew was a little bit emo. Oh no, Mewtwo.
Mewtwo is
Well,
emo as
Mewtwo-
hell.
Yeah,
was-
Mewtwo is emo. Mew was like, this is fine, like guys.
Yeah, oh
like,
no, Mew is...
and then it turns into like he
Mewtwo.
hardens. Yeah,
He hardens. He gay hardens.
He gay hardens.
Well-
the poor guy Mewtwo. And then there
What
was that
was-
movie, the Pokemon.
The
No,
Pokemon
movie.
I
movie.
distinctly remember that because Mewtwo was very scary.
Yeah.
Because capable of anything. I don't know what that song was. I think it was
Dark
Katy Perry.
Horse. It's Katy Perry.
Well, not for nothing, but Dark Horse is kind of Mewtwo coded. Like it's scary as a song.
Yes. Richard,
That
I
is.
think you could like would you ever in an acapella?
No.
You have
What?
an ear. You have an ear for like mimicking instruments. You could be a
Oh my
mimic.
god! Thank you so much.
Well, we have plans to do a singing show together at Joe's Pub.
yes. Oh my
I
god.
remember.
Yes.
I'm only remembering now in the moment that we decided we were going to do a cabaret night.
Yeah.
What would it be?
We'd sit on
We
two
would-
ends of the stage and
We're doing
have some
stand up at the same
conversations.
time.
Yeah, do stand up at the
Our own
same exact
sets.
time.
Yeah.
Our own very different energetic sets, and then meet.
I'm like, so tops be like and bottoms
Yeah.
be like.
Meanwhile, I'm doing like physical comedy, like to get away with not like having written material. I'm like dropping it low and shaking my ass. People are like, ha ha ha, let him get away with it.
Oh my god, it's not how. What's it like to have like juicy asses? Both of you are juicy ass queens.
Please,
Wait, what do you
guys
mean? Like in a physical sense?
Yeah.
Or like the energy?
No,
you
guys see-
answer that question.
So
I'm not
Matt
answering
could
that
drop
question.
drop it to the floor and people would erupt and scream. You can take a picture from behind. Like
Oh.
you've done like the bunny,
bunny
feet,
feet.
the bunny feet.
Bunny
so if you
feet.
don't know, Richard is, I think, also very famous for his bunny feet photos.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the feet peeking. It's like you're taking a photo above.
Yes, you're kind of like on your knees, like on the ground, and like your feet. You're like sitting on your feet.
You're sitting
and
on your feet.
toes are kind of poking out of your bum.
Yeah.
But you're taking a photo from above, so it just looks like a little like
rabbit.
yeah, like a little. I call it bunny feet.
Am I making people uncomfortable by
No.
pointing
I'm
this out?
more comfortable now than I was at the
Yeah. I'm
beginning.
glad you addressed it.
I'm happy
Yeah.
that we're just breaking down the walls. Like I'm happy it was an elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Because I gotta say, I have Hank Hill ass.
You have
Hank
Hank
Hill
Hill
ass?
ass.
You know, Hank Hill has nothing.
That's not true.
The
Impossible.
Hill family. Peggy Hill is the only member of the Hill family, King of the Hill, that has an ass.
Dad ass.
That
Oh my
ass.
God.
So I have Hank Hill ass, and I.
But
I
you
just-
have some of the most iconic legs. I was
I'd
going to
can I
say
tell you,
in the business.
I'd rather have a good ass.
But having such strong legs does make your ass sit higher. Like you don't have no ass. That's not true. I understand that
feel
might
like
be a
my
lie you're
ass-
telling yourself,
I
but
feel
like that's
I'm
not
a
true.
catfish. Like I feel like my ass isn't like it's not actually real.
Richard,
It's all an illusion.
Can we just like
No.
not see it, but like do you want to like
can you get up? I'm
you
sorry,
just
no, but
get
unless,
up?
unless you're uncomfortable
can you
with
twirl
that.
for us?
You twirl.
I mean, what up? Like,
Don't do this.
I'm sorry. I'm just so uncomfortable.
like also what I'm wearing, I like I just wanted to keep like the illusion of like I don't know, maybe I'm like Arcade Fire.
Yeah.
That's Arcade Fire.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you want people at home to watch and say, that's Arcade Fire.
Oh my god. Should we say the episode is with Arcade Fire?
One person.
Gay Harden with Arcade
Gay
Fire.
Harden with Arcade Fire, but if you would have to actually have hit the episode to know that it was Richard Perez. We don't should do that. We want everyone to know.
We
it's
want
you.
everyone to know.
right when they see the social. Is this Arcade Fire?
You know that song?
I don't know.
It's like It's like
It was where the wild things
Oh
are.
Yes,
wait,
where the
yeah,
wild things
sure,
are.
sure, sure. Oh, I might like them then because I liked that. Yeah.
dun 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 dun.
You have such a good, easy tone. And every time I do hear you singing, I'm always like so blown away by how easy your access is and your resonators. Have you ever smoked a cigarette or had an alcoholic beverage in your life?
Smoking. I don't know how to do that.
Really?
I tried.
And it goes bad.
Like I bought a pack of cigarettes when I was like a freshman in college, because it's like how you meet people too. Like everyone's outside.
That's what
like,
they told you? That must have been hard.
No, like where I went to college, like my freshman sophomore year, I was in Delaware first,
That must have been hard.
and there is my princess origin story.
Princess of
I
Delaware.
thought it was the cards.
That's
Okay.
Ashley Biden's vibe.
Oh, girl.
OMG.
Wait, so you grew up in Delaware?
No. I grew up. No.
Wait.
So I'm the princess of New Jersey,
Right,
But I did take a little bit of time. I spent some time in Delaware, and then
For the taxes.
for the taxes, and I got in trouble with some stuff in Jersey. So my parents sent me to Delaware for 2 years, and so then like I
Wait, stop.
What's the trouble
What was
in
the
Jersey?
trouble? What was the
That's
trouble
the
in
princess
Jersey?
origin
Yeah.
story.
This
Oh,
must have been
no.
hard.
Oh.
Whatever this is must have been hard.
Oh.
That's fake.
Are you serious?
I love that sound.
It's really good. This is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, you
literally,
have really good vocal.
your vocal stylings are like Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
What your comedy stylings are like Liza Minnelli.
Thank you so much. I
What was the trouble in Jersey?
I think I was just like I was indie, and so like
Say no more.
yeah, I was just
You were indie.
I was a bit Mew at first, and then I got Mewtwo.
Oh, okay.
And so then like
So you got.
I went to
is
Delaware.
indie
I was like, I
emo?
gotta get away from here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like indie emo. Like I was just like, I gotta get away. Like this is like you
Yeah.
guys. Like
How old were you in Delaware?
I was 18, freshman year of college.
Okay.
Okay. And
So-
was this UD?
No. This was a school that doesn't exist anymore called Delaware College of Art and Design. It closed down like a couple years ago.
DCAD.
DCAD.
Did they call it DCAD?
Mm-hmm.
Like SCAD.
Yeah.
Like SCAD.
And they're sister schools. They were sister schools with Pratt and Corcoran.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And so, like, people generally would go there and then transfer to either school. And so that's what my mission was. I was like, I'm going to go
Right.
here. And then I ultimately want to get to New York.
And then wait, when did you move to New York again?
2011.
Right on time.
Right on time.
When did y'all move
Obama.
here?
Yeah, huh?
When did y'all move here?
2008.
2008.
So
Okay.
we got here and then sort of everything changed. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Were
literally.
you here when they got Bin Laden? Because that was 2011.
I don't actually. I think that was in the beginning of the year, right?
Bin Laden was May. I remember
So I
that.
wasn't
You
here.
really remember the
don't
the
we
Bin
all?
Laden
Like,
of
where
it.
were you when Bin Laden was?
To be honest with you, I don't remember where I was when they
think-
got Bin Laden.
I feel like I
do?
was in my like sophomore year apartment when I found.
So you were in Delaware still.
Yeah, and
But no, the Thailand
But-
doesn't make sense.
but when I moved to New York,
Mhm.
the next day the earthquake happened.
What earthquake?
Which one?
There was an earthquake here.
There was not.
Yes.
Now
There's
you're
an-
lying.
now
in
you're-
August 2011.
This is Mandela effect.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so then you moved in August. That's.
You know what the
moved here in
Mandela
August. Okay,
effect is?
Yes.
Well, explain it then. Tell us
Why
what
don't you tell
that
me
is.
what that is?
You guys, Mandela effect is something that can happen when you start to think that things are going a certain way.
Right.
It was always different.
Yeah, well, that's a great way of putting it.
What is it? Berenstein Bears?
Do y'all
Berenstain
really-
or Berenstein?
Oh yeah, Barrett. Yes.
And it's Berenstain in this timeline.
Yes.
Got it.
But
the
y'all
people be
don't
like
remember
Beren-
the earthquake?
I, honestly, no. I
No.
don't remember the earthquake. I think I remember one happening more recently.
There was
There was the one last summer.
Yes,
Okay,
there
yeah,
was
yeah,
one
yeah.
last summer, but then it hasn't happened since this one in 2011.
But you know, even when I'm in LA, I don't feel them. My group chat will be like earthquake, all caps, and I'll be like, what?
Really?
And I'll be like, I didn't feel it. I never feel them.
Wow.
I felt them maybe a couple times. One time, famously, we were in Palm Springs.
Yes.
In a restaurant.
That was
Yeah.
fun. Not fun, I'm sorry. That was Shocking. That was shocking.
Everything's knocking down.
Cat. Ow.
Me when the big one hits. Hey! Just like tossing it back. Like,
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
See, the vocal quality. I'm telling you.
well, I mean, listen. I guess we just have to stop smoking then.
We just have to stop smoking.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah.
So,
well,
okay. So
Weed for me, cigarettes
Okay,
for Bo,
so-
and also
yeah.
weed.
So my
And also
princess
weed.
origin. So like
Yeah.
I went to this very small art school and just there was basically 2 dorms, like, or an apartment building that like students lived in, and then there was a dorm, and then the school, which
Yeah.
was like really small.
Okay.
And people would hang out outside the dorm, just like smoking cigarettes and like whatever. And so I was like trying to make friends. And so I was 18, so I was like, okay, I can buy cigarettes. So I went for it. And then I don't know. Anytime I've tried to smoke, I just like end up like coughing for like 30 minutes, and I don't know how to like inhale. Same with weed.
You're not supposed to
and-
inhale.
Right.
You're not supposed to.
No, I'm sorry. You are.
I will say this, like it takes me. So when Bowen Yang whips out cigarettes, which is every day,
Not really, but sure.
has it been more recently because we've been doing a lot and the sort of been
It comes
stressful?
in
like,
waves.
what is it with you and cigarettes? Like when you whip out a cigarette, like why are you doing that physiologically?
It's
Is it for stress?
oral fixation and stress. It's like, I'm going to say it's like 6 a week.
Okay, and I do it for community, which is like I would never think to buy it by myself, but when there's one around, like I will like,
Right.
have a cigarette with Bowen or a friend.
Right.
But it takes me a second every time to not cough.
Right.
I'm not, because I smoke so much weed, and that is, of course, a different mechanism.
Even weed too. Like I tried to get into it, and every time vaping as well. I'm like
vaping is
hookah.
very
I like
different.
remember
Vaping
hookah
is
bars. Like
Well, especially when you first moved to New York. Did you have the same experience? When I first moved to New York, I was going to hookah bars a
oh
lot.
my god.
Same
I'm
Marks.
like I'm a fucking adult.
The hookah era of New York. Remember Horace on Avenue A?
I actually do. Yeah.
I think it's
Wait.
still there.
Really?
Yeah, I think it
It's
is.
a hookah bar. Like the theme is like
It's like
ancient
right by the
Egypt.
bagel place,
Sure.
or whatever.
There's
Pumpkins.
probably a lot of bagel places in
It's
New York.
New York City, hon.
Anyway, we can't be sure. Yeah. Anyways,
How did you hit a whistle tone?
can you do a whistle
Can you do a
tone?
whistle? Try a whistle tone.
No. No, that wasn't a whistle tone.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Oh my god. I feel scared. Yeah, that's probably cool.
Spread your wings and fly.
Did you have whistle tone when you were young? I would imagine.
I did
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah.
I used to listen to I would visit my dad on the weekends, and he would buy me like the Mariah Carey like.
Good dad.
He bought me like her greatest hits album, like the
number
black and white
ones?
one, the number ones.
Yeah.
And then he also bought me the Celine Dion one, one of them. The one that's like
All the way.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, all the way. And
We
then
had the same
and
zebra-
then Whitney.
Whitney. The
Whitney.
greatest hits
Yeah,
part 1 and 2.
That is such a good cover.
The Whitney
And-
one is great because the first one, the red one, is the ballads, and the blue one was
like remixes
the
or
up-tempo.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh.
Whitney
It's not
had
right,
so
but
many
it's-
good ones.
Yes.
She probably, out of the 3 of them, that was probably the best greatest hits.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
takes you on such a journey. I
There's-
mean, yeah.
It's such a journey. There's a remix of Queen of the Night on that.
Yep.
That was
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
It's so good. and so like my dad, like on the weekends we would go. I'd visit him, and he would bring me with. Like he cleaned offices on the weekends.
He cleaned offices and listened to divas?
No. Like on the weekends, like he would like drive us there, like me and my
the
brother.
office.
But then we would like hang out. Sometimes we'd help him, but mostly we were just like there was vending machines with like free candy, so we would just like hang
this
out
is such
there.
a thing. It's like
Yeah.
going to your dad's office where there's free soda, free
And I'm
candy.
like perfect.
And then
I'm
being
like I'm in
figure
heaven.
it out. And so would you
So
imbibe all
on the
that?
way, I would have my headphones on, blasting.
Addison Ray.
Yeah, literally.
You are Addison
You
Ray
are.
coded.
You're the
Oh
Addison
my
Ray of comedy. You
God,
really are.
stop.
That's the princess that you are. Princess Addison.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good title.
That's a good
too.
title.
But Kakuna Gay Harden.
Kakuna
is-
Gay
Princess
Harden.
Addison Princess Addison Arcade Fire.
You're Gay Harden.
Gay Harden.
Kakuna.
Might be too many words.
No.
Oh, no. Really?
But just make sure my name is first.
Okay.
Richard Perez, the Princess Addison Arcade Fire.
Well, you're
Gay
really
Harden.
quiet.
Gay Harden.
We can't really understand you.
Well, I bet just are you doing ASMR?
Just make sure you guys include my name, please.
We'll include your name. That was just a bit.
I think on the subject of your voice,
Yeah.
unless this makes you uncomfortable, because I did earlier ask you to show your ass to everyone, which I don't know why.
No.
You did that. But I think what is it about your sensuality as a performer? Because it's really magnetic.
You lead with
Oh
it.
my god, thank you. What is it about my sensuality?
Well, because like I think one of the thing that shook me, I'll always remember this, is just the moments of you posting videos where it's POV of you.
Of you getting fucked.
Of you
That was
getting
honest. I think
fucked.
that was when it changed for me.
That's
too.
what
I was like, okay, this is a Comedy Central comic to watch. Yeah, for sure.
And which the companion piece to that is the Alamo, which I was trying to find the other day, by the way, and I couldn't. Was the Alamo Draft House film that gets interrupted because someone
Because people are using their phones or something.
because people were using their phones, and you came on screen as the general manager of the Alamo Draft House saying, "Guys, I'm so serious, put your fucking phones away." But it would be during these like lovemaking scenes while you were in
Yes.
the closet at work. You were like, But see, I try to do it now, and I felt self-conscious, and I was like, I can't totally tap into that.
Maybe I used to. I mean, I definitely am so self-conscious, like sexually, but like, I don't know. I think maybe it's because if the real thing is happening, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So it's a place to externalize.
If it's just like I'm like
in the
fantasy of it, then
I
I'm
get
like
that.
I can totally just like
I've been trying to
play.
merge the two a little bit more.
I'm trying to too.
You know what I mean?
I recently had phone sex, which I've never done in my life, and it was so
Just
fun.
on the phone or like
on the
FaceTime?
phone.
Okay, yeah. Wow, that's really
vintage phone
interesting.
call. Yeah, just a
love
regular
that.
phone call, and it was spontaneous, and like, we were on the phone for like an hour and a half.
Hot.
It's like so. We were like
90s.
building a scene, and like we were we were like doing
Mono
the-
scene.
Yeah, it was so fun. Like, and I was like getting used to like my voice earnestly saying things,
Yeah.
or whatever.
It's
and
a little
and I'm just like, this is my sexual like self, like my true like desire or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me
Yes.
like try to like own it right now, because I hide behind it as like joking around and stuff, but and being like,
Yep.
doing these bits and even like live performances and stuff like that. But I was like, let me try to like express this in a true way. And then after like 30 minutes of that, then we were like, so like, where did you grow up?
Yeah. Okay, so it started in a
had pillow
sexual
talk.
place. Oh yeah. You had pillow talk. Yeah.
You had pillow
It was
talk.
good.
Yeah.
It was
You know,
fun.
I actually think that people are onto something with this thing of like, if you like somebody, really with gays, like have sex first and then go to dinner and stuff, because then you don't have to like negotiate whatever the hell that all is. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you find that you can get on the same page as someone, like, oh, we like each other and we're sexually interested in each other,
Yeah.
I've actually found that that's actually a nice way to date someone, is to be
Totally.
like, okay, we're not in our heads the entire time we're hanging out thinking about whether or not we're gonna kiss, whether or not we're gonna have
Yes.
sex, how far
Yes.
it's gonna go.
Right.
Like, you figure that out immediately. If that part doesn't go great, then you kind of save the time.
Totally.
Not to
Right.
say lead with sex and like that's better, but I'm just saying as an option, it's been
Or at
think
least like
something.
especially if you get in your head, like to kind of like break the ice that way.
Exactly.
And then especially because I feel like every date I'm getting better with it, but I feel like I'm like,
performing a little.
or I'm instant that, and
Yeah.
I'm also thinking like the whole time it's like there's like a intrusive thought. It's just
Yeah.
like he's not into you. He's not
I
into you. He's not
can't
into you. He's not
stop
attracted to you. He's not
thinking
attracted to you.
those things. Like,
1000.
for
I was like,
me,
he's
it's
looking.
like,
His eyes shifted. He's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Like, oh, he's disengaging. For me, I'm always fixated on whether it's not about sex. It's whether or not we're gonna kiss at the
Yes.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I go
so
crazy when I'm
and
at dinner.
When I can feel the dates ending, like I'm like, what's gonna happen?
like,
How
oh
do we
my
say
God, oh my
bye?
God.
What's gonna happen?
Oh.
And I'm just like, and then on the outside, I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
To the point where I'm like, when the food comes, I get upset.
Why do you get upset when
Because
the food
when
comes?
the food comes, it's like, oh my god, like we moved on to another stage of this. We're getting closer to the
the
moment
end.
where we're gonna find out that part.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's entirely an anxious response. You identify with that?
1,000%.
It's because we were actually just talking about this on the walk over here. Like we have two very different responses to being
anxious. Yeah.
Like I have like a very anxious response to things, and he has a more like, I guess, would you call it like a depressive response?
Dude,
to
yeah, it
things?
goes down.
Yeah.
I go okay, like, and then it's just a downward slope. But
Yeah.
both valid.
Like, you mean like you kind of withdraw or something? Or you like
This is
like close
I
out?
withdraw, and this is to Matt's point about leading with sex or just starting with it being. I'm going to say, for me, it sounds like the better option because this is what happens. I've been on either side of this where you go on dates, they're great, and then for some reason, the anxiety of sex coming up is the thing that, like, and if it doesn't go well, like, what does this mean? Then people pull away, or they pull away before the sex even happens. So then if you're ripping the seal off of sex and then you're like, okay, pressure's off. Let's just get to know each other, like the pillow talk after the phone sex.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
it's like low stakes.
Right.
It's good.
You're also a lot less likely to perform or be fake or be a version of yourself that's not true if someone has already seen like
Your balls.
your hole up close.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
You know what
true.
I mean?
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
know why I went to balls. He went to hole.
Well, I mean, that says a lot too. Depressive, anxious. You know what I mean? That's just sort of the binary up in here.
Balls hole.
Balls and hole. Balls is depression.
Balls is depressive.
For me, balls
Hole-
is depression.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
hole is so anxious.
I just don't. Balls for me, maybe it's because mine are so sensitive, and whenever guys are interacting with them, it's like hurt. It's like painful. When guys want me to like lick their balls, suck their balls, like I'm always just like, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not my favorite. I don't
Yeah,
like balls, but I love.
Yeah, I don't crave it, but I'm like, this is cute.
Balls like depression. It's just something that's there.
Are you
Yeah.
balls?
You know what I mean?
Do you like balls?
Balls, it depends. Every now and then I'm like, balls.
Are your balls
Yeah.
resilient?
I would say they are. I've got good balls.
Yeah, I think I do too. I
I think mine are
I'm so-
good. I mean, they certainly work. It's just like I'm producing.
Yeah,
But I don't. But they are incredibly sensitive.
Holes
Hole,
are
I am
hole-
so
so sensitive. Hole is anxiety because
Yes.
it is.
How are we gonna do this? Like,
You should do an impression. You should do that in the show. This is my impression of a hole.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
I feel insane. Oh my god.
Yes, but wait, that's tea.
Yeah.
That's hole.
I'm so much more comfortable with my hole than my balls. Like my hole, please.
I want to get there so
Me
bad.
too.
Oh golly.
I really want to get there. It's like a
Oh my golly.
Golly.
Damn.
Damn.
I don't know what it is. Like, but maybe it's because well, whatever. Like I was so not okay with anyone like doing whole stuff to me until later.
Yeah.
And then when I became that way, I was like, oh my god, it's like that's when my life begins. And you know what's crazy is like that's a Mandy Moore song, and I think like she loves the podcast, and like
Right.
she's probably gonna hear me talk about like
on the
comfort
top
with
of
hole.
my lungs, I'm giving it down. So I lay my head back down and I lift my hands and pray to be only yours. I pray to be only yours. I pray to be only yours. I know now you're my only hope.
You know, it's not the first time we've done that entire part of the song.
When was the last time? 2011, the earthquake.
I think it's happened since, but maybe.
Maybe we
I have
went
to
to
imagine I
shaking.
probably do. I don't know about y'all, but probably that comes up as a thing to sing at least once a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Rigging
It's
the
one
year.
of the great songs.
It
Actually.
really is.
I
like,
would call it one of the great scenes in film. Too.
Absolutely.
I also just love like I recently rewatched Laguna Beach, and there's that one.
Oh my
whole
god,
Laguna
you
Beach.
did? Did you see
That over
LC on Kristin
lockdown.
Cavallari's podcast?
No,
LC is on Kristin Cavallari's podcast. It's huge.
this is recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to.
That's
watch
culture.
that. I'm immediately gonna watch that
Yeah,
after this.
Of course.
Like,
So can you kind of Now tell us what that is in terms of Kristin and LC. Your recent viewing of Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
What was your take on Kristin and LC? I would love to know in a 2025 lens.
I mean, okay, mind you, I watched this 5 years ago.
Okay.
And a lot has happened.
So you
to
were
my
watching
brain.
it in 2020.
Yeah.
So everything was all fucked
A
up. that
blur.
year.
Yeah.
It was
so,
such a blur.
I don't necessarily remember the details of their dynamic, but I do feel like, I don't know, like LC was just, I mean, I don't know. I relate to both of them. I feel like LC was a bit more like maybe insecure or something. Like
she seemed a
and
little
more anxious.
Eeyore-ish to me. Like she was always LC was always. I mean, obviously, like
She's
the iconic.
balls.
She's what? She's
More
balls. I
balls,
think
or
LC is
she's
balls.
No, Kristin Cavallari is
Kristin
definitely whole.
Kristin is whole.
Yeah. No, for sure. And this is a
Definitely.
binary that makes perfect sense to me.
No, LC is balls for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Remember when LC like didn't go to Paris?
Yes,
Yeah.
which
She
I
was
think
always known
about
as that girl.
every day. I think about that every day.
What would you have done?
I would have gone to Paris.
Well, yes. What was the name of the guy? Justin Bobby?
No, Jason.
Oh, that was
Jason.
Jason. Oh my God, Jason.
Justin Bobby was Audrina's guy.
And what's your take on Audrina?
Audrina is like, I love her.
I love her.
I love a person that's just like kind of like smiling and kind of like dead-eyed a little bit.
This is
Just-
Audrina.
Right.
She's like, I don't see like what I did wrong. Like, I don't know, but I feel for her. Like, I feel like she is like put in these circumstances that are like stressful.
Right.
And she's kind of trying to like make things, I don't know.
She's trying to diffuse things.
Yeah, she's trying to diffuse.
You know, what
and
I'll
I
never-
really relate to that.
You
Is
relate
this
to that?
anything that I'm doing right now? Like, this is my Audrina impression.
That's Audrina.
Yeah, I feel
Absolutely.
that, yeah.
You know, I will never forget.
When she's uncomfortable, when she's
No,
like happy,
it's just,
like
it's ketamine.
it's kind of like I don't know, even like Kourtney Kardashian has that too.
I would
Like,
agree.
Where there's always
Yeah.
a smile while like
They're the same tone.
I love that.
Yeah.
like I love that tone.
They're the same tone. They're wait.
love
What is
that tone.
Audrina is pussy? If
Pussy.
if Lauren is balls.
You know, Audrina, this is my favorite Audrina Patridge fact. And this is something that I think, do the math, only I know.
Okay.
If any of you know this, please let me know. Audrina Patridge won an award for acting in Sorority Row. It was called the Show West Female Star of Tomorrow Award that they gave to the entire cast of Sorority Row, which people
What is-
forget that Audrina Patridge was in it, but so was Rumor Willis.
Oh
And
my
the
God.
entire cast won this award, and I swear to God, it was the same award that like Anne Hathaway had won when she was like a new star.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna look.
Why
this up.
don't we know this?
I'm gonna look up
What's
like the
Sorority Row?
history of the female.
I don't know what sorority row is
Star.
either, but I want to share a quick thing about Audrina Patridge. What?
You don't know Sorority Row?
No.
You're a horror girl.
Oh no!
Oh, it's a horror
I'm not a
movie?
horror girl.
Share the Audrina story.
I will never forget my Audrina sort of thing that I will always associate with her is there was an Us Weekly, mind you, this was the mid-aughts where they were doing celebrity diets, and her quote, it's her in a bikini, and then in a big burst in a bubble, it's her quote. She says, "Sometimes you don't have to eat the whole burger. I'll eat a burger and I'll have a couple bites and I'll put it down." And I thought at the time, wow, that's so incredible. The most, I'm sorry, ED thing like
Totally.
possible. You know what I mean? It's
100%.
like these poor girls
Yeah.
were fucking on TV, like in their teens and 20s, like being like fucking like picked apart. Like I don't know if the culture was ever good around reality TV, like in terms of the audience, but like I feel like with those Laguna Beach Hills people, I'm like, oh my God, you were put through the fucking ringer. And I remember watching one episode of The City with Whitney and then being done.
Literally, I'm right.
Okay, wow.
2009, they won the Female Star of Tomorrow, and literally, so was Vanessa Hudgens.
Wow.
So as
Chris
Chris
Pine.
Pine, Emile Hirsch.
Wow.
Abigail Breslin. Shia
Shia
LaBeouf.
LaBeouf.
This goes all the way back to Mark Hamill won it.
But Audrina
Emma Roberts in 2007. Look, Brandon Routh. Jennifer Hudson
Hudson.
won in 2006. Like,
What's this award called?
it's the Show West Star of Tomorrow
Tomorrow.
Award, and they would pick like a male and a female, and they would give out the awards. And Audrina Patridge, as part of the cast of Sorority Row, won this award.
Wow.
Who's the
Congrats.
most recent person to
That's
win it? Let's
awesome.
see. It was.
Yeah, they're still doing it.
I bet
right?
she's a fantastic actor. I don't think I've seen her work.
I think you kind of have to be like a bit
An
of a
actor.
vessel.
A vessel. But see, I think LC was maybe
Had more like.
had too much space in the vessel. You know what I mean? Like I was more love Lauren Conrad for life.
Yeah, I love her.
I was watching for Spencer and Heidi. The Hills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
Spidey.
mean?
I mean, I could literally look at that list all day and
God.
see
I
like
love
it's like
that
it's like
fucking
it's like a
show.
best new artist thing. It's like who actually made it, who didn't. Like Haley Steinfeld, 2013, made it.
Totally.
Anyway, yeah, no, Justin, fucking Heidi and Spencer, like they had staying power too.
They
ultimately.
did. And still, like they're still in the culture in a way.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
It makes
yeah.
news when didn't she? Have
Yeah, 'cause
her wig artist.
Her wig artist like kind
popped off.
of pulled a prank on her on a carpet recently.
Oh really?
pulled a prank on her.
Yeah,
meaning
yeah.
put her in a bad way.
Her hairline was low on this wig. That's all. That's all. And it happens to
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
us.
It truly.
It does. It's
Yeah.
happened to me.
Yeah.
What on SNL?
I'm just saying, it
No, those
happens to
hairlines
all
are
of us.
right.
No, Jodie, Queen.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to know more about this. Well, you don't have to go into it.
Wait,
What was
anything,
the culture that
anything.
made? Wait, here's a question, Richard Perez. What was the culture that made you say culture was for you? This is when we actually have to have answers.
We have to ask.
Right. Okay. By the way, I've listened to this podcast for years.
Stop.
Since like I got into it around like 2018.
Really?
Yeah, and like I used to work like at an office job, and I would just like listen. This is before I was performing, and I would just like listen to you guys and like find out about like so many comedians. I'm like now like such a big fan of, and some
You're friends
I've become
with.
friends with,
Oh,
and
that's
like
nice.
you know,
I didn't know that.
you didn't know.
No,
I'm like
you never told us that.
You never told us.
Thank you
Yeah,
for that.
and so this like feels so surreal to be chatting with both of you
We love
as a
you.
guest, and
we burst into tears.
but I've actually, and I remember one time I met you really briefly at Metro. But it was like such a quick exchange, and I was like so starstruck, and I was like, hi Bowen, I listen to your podcast, I love it.
I was like, I
And
have
you
to
were
pee.
Yeah.
What did I
I think
say?
you put your hand in my face.
yeah,
and, you
and
kinda,
said,
and then you did
"Shut
a
up,
shot. Yeah.
bitch! I'm trying to take my shot."
Yeah, and then you
took a shot of
you had
pure-
a big poofy dress.
Yeah.
You made your ass look
Fucking
fat.
bitch.
Oh, so you're gaslighting my ass now?
Well, no,
It's like
it had the.
the bounce.
Oh
Yeah,
my
the
god,
bounce.
that thing! I always wondered what the
I
hell
know.
that was.
No, that's a gay thing. It's like we all want to know what that is. We all wish we had.
I know. I think of like Cinderella, like
It's
didn't her,
Yeah,
Cinderella.
like
her
Cinderella's
sisters,
mother. Like,
they had
like
the-
come, girls, and,
then
they would
fu-
leave
yeah,
the
and
room.
they bounce.
Come, girl.
Come, girls, and they would say, and then they would snarl on the way out. Because here's the thing about Cinderella's stepmother and the sisters. They at least knew they were awful.
Yeah.
But they knew they were rotted. They never even tried to be nice. They were never.
Yeah.
They lived it, snorted it, and fucked it.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
Truly. So, what was the culture that made you
Okay.
say culture?
Right. So sorry. So funny enough that we're talking about the hills and all this stuff. I wrote down in my notes that my culture. Okay, so this isn't okay. It's the year 2007.
Okay.
Is what I will say is my answer for like culture that made me say cultures for me. Like I feel like it's such a
Really
big
good.
year in media culture, like the world, but even just like personally for me, I feel like that was definitely like a time that I took things in a different way, and
Yeah.
especially trying to visualize like what my life could look like, and starting to have like really more vivid dreams of like, oh, like a city life of, you know, either
Yeah.
LA or New York, or, you know, Gossip Girl came out that year.
Yes.
Like there was, I don't know, even like the music, like getting like more like indie and stuff like that. Like I feel like that was around that time.
What were the touch points?
So
Gossip Girl, Britney, VMAs,
Gossip Girl, Britney, Blackout.
Yeah.
a blackout, of course.
I started working at Panera Bread.
Was this already? So Panera Bread was already huge, though, right? This actually.
No, Panera
was
the,
like
the new girl in 2007.
It was.
Yes.
I literally Panera
Yes.
Bread will always live on the same byline to me as Kristin Cavallari.
Yeah.
I mean, I do feel like
Red Bull.
I do feel like they were both at their imperial phase at the same time. Panera Bread and
Kristin
and by the way, I have Panera Bread like 3 times a week. You
Yeah.
know, I have the You Pick too.
Yes,
all
I
the
love
time.
Too.
But I can recognize that it was around that time that they were at their peak.
You Pick Two is still to this day one of the best food systems.
Yes,
Period.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. And you don't need
100%.
more than that.
No.
Well, here's what I'd say. You get your half sandwich, and I always do get the bowl of soup.
Yeah. I sometimes get a
Definitely.
salad. I get the Fuji chicken
Sometimes I'll
apple
do salad.
Sure.
Once in a while. But
Okay, so you started working at Panera in 2007.
So I worked at Panera Bread in 2007. So
What were you doing? You were putting
I was
the
gonna say,
apples
all
on the
the
tray?
tasks?
They would like move us around. So like I mostly did like cashier or like I'd clean the like dining room like duty.
They
or,
always
like,
had a good
barista.
soda stream too. The Panera Bread, didn't you think? Panera Bread was one of the chains, and Delta Work knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Always their soda machines, I felt, were some of the better quality.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Good carbonation.
Yeah.
You
But
mean.
also, okay, like when I started working there, they told us in training that, you know, like their ethos or I don't know, like they were kind of just like, we're a break from the day-to-day like life, you know, like work and all this crazy commotion, that we're an oasis from all of that.
Panera is an oasis.
So we would never
Culture number 100. Panera is an oasis.
So that was what you were told.
But they were like, we would never open in a major city.
Lying
They're like,
ass.
we would
oh
never
my
do
God,
that.
that's capitalism for you.
So then like that's
The second they
2007.
could sell out.
But then what's crazy is that because then like when I went to college, like when I was in Delaware, I would I would be home on the holidays or summer, and I would work at Panera in Jersey. Yeah. And so then I would work there again. But then I was officially done with it when I moved to New York. And then guess
What happened?
They opened in 2011
In Chelsea?
J Street.
J Street Metrotech?
Yeah, that
Because
was-
I feel like I associate the New York Panera as, you know what I'm going to
Yes,
say.
the Chelsea one.
I was going to say Union Square.
Oh,
the
my
Chelsea-
God,
the
which
Chelsea
is
one
closed,
is
which
The
is
Union
closed.
Square one, of course.
Yeah,
What?
It's closed.
The Union Square one closed?
I think so.
And so did the TGI Fridays. This city is going down. Zoran,
Yeah.
save us.
Zoran, babe.
Why is that not the theme song?
You can use that. Babe.
Babe.
This is huge for his campaign.
We're going to play this for him.
Please send it to him. He can use it.
For free? That's so nice. Free buses, free song.
Yeah. You give me the free buses, I'll give you a free song.
Yeah, a little tip for... Wow, and you had texture on that one. That was giving... Zoran! That was giving like Springsteen.
Yes.
Do you ever do you ever think about throwing on a hey at the end like Jennifer Holiday?
You know.
Yeah!
Like that.
Wait, so Panera?
Yeah, so I started working at Panera
Okay.
Bread, and then also I started going to New York City
Yes.
for the first time, like alone,
Uh-huh.
or with friends, so without my parents. And so, like one of my friends, like she moved to our town a few years prior, and she grew up in Brooklyn, and so she moved to New Jersey from Brooklyn. So
Yeah.
she was like so stylish,
Yeah,
so funny.
she had something. She knew something.
She knew.
that you did.
She just like had fantastic taste too, and like music, like everything. I just thought she was so cool, and so like me, her, and like my like bestie, like we would go. Like she would be like, "Do you guys want to come with me to
Oh my god!
Terminal
so
5.
to
exciting.
Soho?"
To Soho.
And you know, we can go shopping, and then, you know, I was just starting to make money at Panera Bread, so like I would save some of that, and then we'd go to Soho and go to like American Apparel and
Yeah.
like Urban Outfitters, and like that was like couture, and like that was
Of
that felt
course.
so like this isn't in our malls just yet,
Yeah.
or if it is, it's like far away from the one that I
Right.
I remember American Apparel being. I actually distinctly remember walking in there, right across from NYU Tisch. There was one.
Yes.
And I remember being like, I'm gonna buy something nice for myself.
I'm going to really splurge and spend $50.
Yeah.
on a
Yes,
hoodie.
yes.
hoodie.
I was like
Oh,
50
$50 for a
forest
hoodie.
green zip up hoodie.
And
Right.
those $28 T-shirts
like
that would turn
V-neck.
to
Yes.
sand the first wash. But the deep V's. Were you doing a deep V?
Yes.
We all were. Come on. But if you're out here saying I never wore a V-neck, Yes, you did.
Yes, you
unless
fucking
you were
did.
Mandela affecting.
Yeah.
Unless you were on a different timeline that merged with ours.
Don't act like
Don't
you're
act
don't-
like-
yeah. Don't
I mean,
act
here's
like
the
you're not a
thing, like-
hole. Don't act like you're not balls. Okay.
Exactly. Even if it wasn't like a deep V, you were doing a V.
You were doing
like,
a V.
because they did give. There was different iterations of the V-neck there.
Yeah.
Remember there was the one because I remember for reality show we'd have to wear them.
A shallow V,
There was a shallow V which I chose, and then there was a deep V,
Yes.
which some people were choosing, and it was the very frosted tipped vibes at the time where I was like, I know that's not gonna age well.
Yeah.
No one's gonna like later the pictures of you in the deep V.
Oh my god.
But a deep V on someone who had like tits
Yeah.
was so important.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I
At
need
the
to see
time,
that. I
yeah.
need to see that.
I miss cleavage.
Yeah.
Male cleavage?
Any cleavage.
Yeah.
Well, female cleavage is still around.
Not as much.
Yeah.
You remember a couple years ago when people were doing the thing, like male celebrities were doing the thing of like just a jacket, nothing underneath.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
And then you
I
knew
like
it was
beg-
over when the other two made fun of it.
I like
was like, we can't
beg
do it
like
We can't do it.
I begged my friend, my best friend Olivia. I like beg her like
Olivia.
every other day. I'm like, just please show them.
You're a boob gay like me.
Yeah.
Are you a
I'm
boob
like,
gay?
just wear. Yeah, totally. I am.
We're out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm just like, show it. Come on.
what do you
show
want
it.
to see? Like the whole
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always like joking with her. I'm just like, she's like, what should I wear to like this event or whatever? And I'm just like,
Well, I'd
fucking
have to see
nasty
your
ass
tits
body
first.
con, like fucking like tits pouring out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a really like.
Bodycon, bring that back. Okay,
Yeah.
I want
And she's like, no.
fuck her. I want bodycon for guys.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean?
I would
want
wear that.
Body stocking for guys.
They have it.
I know, but it's like a wrestling singlet. You know what I mean?
Have you ever worn male Spanx?
Yes, I have.
No.
Kind of fun.
I was living.
I'm like,
Yeah. It's very, I'm not driving your car.
Zora!
Diet Pepsi. Zora.
They should collab.
They should
Zoran and Addison, that it would go
Iconic.
off.
It would go off.
Honestly, Diet Pepsi with Zoran from back in the day rapping on a feature.
Oh, that
my
would've been
God.
fun.
That's how you get
Absolutely.
elected this November.
Oh my god.
That's how you get the people on the. That's how you get the homosexuals to come your way.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
We gotta
the
clinch.
homosexuals are politically homeless now. You know what I mean?
Right,
They
right.
don't know where to go.
know where to
unless
go.
you run.
Come here, baby. Come here.
Come here.
here, baby.
Wait, so I think we need to really explore 2007 in depth.
Yes. Okay. So
Besides Panera, what was so great about it?
Well,
Okay.
the Hills
So-
was peaking.
yeah, Hills was peaking. Gossip Girl just came out, and like I also feel like, and this might be so dumb, and I think maybe just like growing up or something, and also like things have changed tremendously, of course,
Okay.
since then, like in
Culture.
the world. But
Yeah.
like, I felt like at that time, like indie movies or indie music or something like felt like, oh, me and like 5 people in New Jersey know about this, no one else.
Literally.
Like you truly
Passion
could
Pit?
feel, yeah, like I'm like, no one else knows about Passion Pit,
Pit.
but they were actually like
Huge.
They were
massive.
very big.
And now things are just so much more broken down or something, or
Exactly.
much more.
It's ironic. It's like things
I
that
don't
you think
know.
would be more mainstream today are actually niche, and then the things that you were like convinced that it was just
Yes.
purely
Yep.
you and 5 other people were huge things.
Were massive. And
So-
so like Rilo Kiley, like I remember like VH1 like Artists You Oughta Know or something. That felt like a true like, I'm like, oh, we're stepping into this like unknown territory or something.
Did you guys ever like go to like Borders or Barnes and Noble and like flip through like Spin magazine?
Yes.
And you'd be like,
oh my god, Spin.
oh my god,
Details.
like clap your
Yes.
hands, say yeah. Like who are they? Like,
Yes.
Sufjan Stevens.
Sufjan,
Oh my God.
I'm specifically thinking of my friend Allison Coelho, who was my bestie in high school, and we would do these things together. Passion Pit was huge for her,
Huge.
and what you just said, which
Sufjan.
was Sufjan Stevens, was huge for her. And I remember we went to go see the movie 500 Days of Summer, and I thought it was
changed
like
my
I
life.
thought I saw like Red Rocket.
Yeah.
I was like I just saw the indie film
Yeah.
of the year, and it was literally like
Well, in
a
2007,
very successful movie.
in 2007, Juno came out,
Yes.
and that had a tremendous influence, like
what part?
on
Just
me.
all
Just
of
like
it?
the tone of the movie, the acting, the music, the soundtrack was just like I used to bring a bag of CDs with me everywhere. I've always been headphones. I've always been headphones. I've always been headphones on.
Yes.
My whole life, or at least a few years leading into 2007.
I get me too.
Because I would always just bring them with me and just kind of and I brought a little bag with CDs and I would just change them if I wanted to and kind of just start living in my little world.
Yeah.
But also it was a bit of a defense or a protective thing because people definitely would shout things from their car and stuff, say unkind things. And so I was just okay, this. I'm listening to Coldplay or Mariah,
X and Y Coldplay,
or Vampire Weekend. I'm good. I'm just having a day right now. And so Juno, I felt that soundtrack was just really, really influential. And I don't know, that was one of those projects that made me think oh maybe I don't know, I want to
in a real way. I'm asking this. Did you feel seen by the character?
I guess so. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah.
Because humor was a defense mechanism for her.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then also I just developed a massive crush on Michael Cera.
Of course.
And that led me to Arrested Development.
Oh yeah.
And and Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
And I was just okay, well I gotta move to New York.
That's beautiful. Nick and Nora is such an underrated New York classic.
Yeah.
But Juno, what scene I'm that Elliot Page doesn't get the credit for?
What?
Is when after Jason Bateman puts a move on Juno, and she, the character Juno, gets in the van, drives, pulls over to the side of the road, and it's just that shot of Juno just being best car crying
truly
scene, so underrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so heartbreaking.
Really good hands on the wheel breakdown acting.
Yes.
In a time when it wasn't a trope.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
really.
But also recently someone referenced this as a joke and I was it just took me back because I haven't watched that movie in a while.
Right.
But the part where they do a montage with Sea of Love, Cat Power.
Oh, I love that cover of Sea of Love.
And she's Juno is I think he was always hers, and then it cuts to Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, Jennifer Garner's so
she
good.
framed
at
the
it.
note that said "If you're in, I'm in." That Juno wrote.
Yep.
And I was
But did you know that? Not to interrupt, the jam sesh was an improvised line by Jennifer Garner.
Really?
Love that.
I love that.
Her read of "You Found Us in the Penny Saver." So good. You found us in the
Can you hear me, baby?
Jennifer Garner was so good. No, Jennifer Garner in that era was in her bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
fuck.
hard. By the way, 13 going on 30.
I saw that for the first time.
What did you
3
think?
years ago.
Isn't
I was
it-
weeping.
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
telling
expect
you.
it to be that
Oh, it's
No,
incredible.
she's
It's a
so good in it.
phenomenal
By the way,
film.
also all of Alias.
Yeah.
Jennifer
I've never
Garner
watched Alias.
This was what made J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Whoa.
This was
She's a spy.
Without Alias, there's certainly no Lost.
There's no loss.
Because
Without
he
Jennifer Garner, there's no Alias popping off the way it did.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were in tandem.
No, Jennifer. The pilot of Alias is one of the great pilots. It's just so good. It's Jared Frieder's favorite show of all time.
Love.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He loves Alias. Do you
I
know
should
Jared?
watch it. No.
Okay,
You guys
well,
get along great.
You'll be get along great.
And then I feel like just this. I feel like we should just very intensely focus in on indie culture in that time because it did start to
Yes.
slowly fall apart. I would say around 2013,
Yeah,
2012. That was we
definitely.
didn't know how good we had it back
Yeah.
then.
Is it because they
Yeah.
started to say the hipster thing went out of control? Was that in tandem
I
with that?
guess.
No. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did your friend who came from Brooklyn, did she because we actually talked about this with Josh and Aaron on their episode a couple weeks ago where it was behind every gay guy, millennial gay guy is a straight girl in honors English, quote unquote, who told you what to listen to, told you what to watch,
Yeah.
told you what to do. And so this girl, Kayla Sturback, one year for my birthday bought me the Hipster Handbook, which is totally off of Urban Outfitters, but back when that was the cool thing to do, buy books from Urban. the whole thing was like hipsters don't call themselves hipsters. Like,
Yes.
like hipsters like just like move in silence and all these things. And like, yeah, I think it did like go out of control with like, I don't know, like something. You know what? Something kind of like, I'm gonna put something out there. Once like Solange came on the scene and like bridged the gap between like indie hipster music and like pop music in a way, like things started to like blend into one, and then maybe got subsumed because Beyonce, it influenced Beyonce.
Solange doesn't get the credit for
Solange
the
doesn't
way
get
she
the- and then-
changed everything.
It trickled up, you know what I mean?
I literally just moved here, and like losing you.
Everything.
And I was like,
and the music video.
yeah. Oh my god. And same with like 212, like
Yeah.
Azealia Banks, like Dancing on My Own, like Robin. I don't know, like there was this like.
It did feel like there was like mainstream pop at the time, and then there was like what the cool girls were doing, even in music at large. Not to just say pop, because we actually we were in Paris like a couple weeks ago because we were seeing Beyonce, and we were talking about Beyonce, about how everything changed between I Am Sasha Fierce and Four, and we were talking about like what it was, and it was like obviously when she got rid of Matthew, her dad, as her manager, but really I think it was Solange. I think Solange being as cool and having less expectation than Beyonce made Beyonce look at her sister and be like, I want to do what my sister is doing, or something closer to that.
Some like,
Yep.
because then was that. Then after that was the
Beyonce
digital,
self-titled.
the
Self-titled
Tell me I should
drop.
speak my mind. Yep.
Because it was Solange,
God.
and it was Solange going to like a Dirty Projectors concert.
Totally.
Or it was Beyonce and Jay-Z going to a Grizzly Bear concert.
Beach House.
Beach House. Like that's when things started to sort of like blend.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I do think pop music swallowed a little bit of that up.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
RIP.
because and now it just feels like I can't tell if like where we're at now with like pop music, or like what would be alternative, or like,
well, because in that time I was like
indie.
totally like like I don't know, my listening habits now are so weird where I'm like 10 years ago, no 12 years ago, 2013, I was like, you know what, I am really gonna curate these unknown artists, these artists that feel very independent, along with like my pop music, and now it is all pop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, I've lost that like
Totally.
But also pop now means so many things as genre has broken down. Like now it's like
Addison, like,
Yep, I was gonna. Yep.
you know, like she's pop.
she
feels
she's like so straightforward pop, but that's because I think one of the reasons why she's like the pop girly of the moment is because she's like weirdly playing with a lot of retroness as well.
Right.
Ray of Light
Right.
shit. like
That's what
Atlanta
it feels
stuff.
like.
Yeah.
That's what makes it feel the most current. Like
I feel like I have not kept up in the ways that I should when I'm like, oh, there's a great new like Spoon album out.
Right.
And I'm like, and I don't know if I like gave them the regular listening that I like since like 2011, 2012.
I don't even know
what
what Spoon is.
Oh, Spoon. OC coded soundtrack.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
OC
Oh my
was-
god.
this is right around that
I
time,
had
too.
the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I used to my bag of CDs that was in there.
Was it okay? Was it an actual bag or was it binders?
A bag.
Like
and
a
then
loose.
I had a binder too, but I think I would like have the binder home and then bring. Forget. 'Cause it was too big.
It was too big.
So then I would just like bring a few CDs. I would like I would select which ones I'm like, okay, I'm gonna.
Was it Windows Media Player burning CDs or was it iTunes burning CDs?
No. These were I bought.
Oh,
them.
you bought? I'm sorry.
I was too scared
jumped
to torrent. I was way too scared to like download.
Because you thought
stuff.
of viruses or getting
Either the
put in
cops
jail.
would
getting in
kick down
trouble.
your door.
Yeah, I was literally like something will happen.
It did feel at the time on the internet
feel
too, like it was
so
like they'll
dumb.
come get me if I download something.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Like the lawsuits that were happening in the news, it was like, oh, that's like I'm next because I had a crazy Napster. Like I was a thief. I was like really downloading a lot of bad stuff.
Not us.
The viruses
No.
that your computer would get to would be so crazy.
No, they'd be gnarly. And then so much so that the virus narrative really stayed with you for a while.
100%. Like I'm still pretty scared of like Well, then they said, oh, it's Apple. You can't get viruses.
You really can't, but yeah, you can.
Is that true?
You don't really get viruses on Apple stuff anymore.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think so.
I mean, unless.
But I mean, who knows? It seems like anything could happen with.
Yeah.
These
This is a perfect device.
You know.
You have so much to learn.
See this?
Yeah, what is that?
Watch this.
No.
Did you get that?
I'm gonna break the glass.
I love it. It's called Octo something. It's so good. You can like, get in. This is how you do your fit checks. Wait, hold on. Wait, get in.
Okay.
Come over here. This is gonna be the photo of the episode. Ready? Hold on. Get in. 1, 2. It has to be that. That will be the. Oh my! Oh, Nick, you're not in it. But isn't that cunty to do?
You're gonna break that.
Oh yeah, careful.
Isn't that
That is really cool.
I love it.
Make a point. It's
it.
the new flip phone.
We were at work.
Hold on, I have to take this.
What up, bitch?
I love to be like such a little it makes me feel like a little coquettish when I'm like in my bathroom and I just like do like that to the mirror and then I take a FaceTime while I'm like doing my shit.
What's up? Talk to me. What's going on?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
But I do feel bad whenever I do that to any mirror because then
I need
like,
to get
you see the
Oh,
marks
the
on
the
it.
cups. Yeah,
It's not a perfect science, but
Right. I need to get one.
I have two. Do you
have
want
two?
one? But he's got.
take
See,
one.
that's what he. This is what he
This is
got.
my agenda. This is balls.
Jigglypuff.
That's Jigglypuff.
It's a fidget spinner on a.
Spinner Jigglypuff.
This makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Balls hole.
Balls hole.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my
You know what I mean?
This is sucking up.
Oh my god.
Is my phone broken because I would deserve it?
I think it's okay.
Oh my god, it's okay.
That's pretty.
Is it? Oh,
That
look at
is
that.
so
Can we
pretty.
look at that?
Oh. OMG.
OMG.
That would happen. But so now you know it's really not a perfect science.
Wait, and yours is like.
For everyone at home that's just listening to this, we are sort of looking at
need
each other's
that.
phone
I need
gadgets, and
this.
I have something that like you can stick to the mirror and it keeps your phone up. And Bowen has like
Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff.
Gender Jigglypuff right now.
what are their
In the show. What's the Jigglypuff's gender in the show?
Because Bowen thinks he knows, and I think I know.
I think Jigglypuff in the show is he.
Okay.
That's not what Bowen thinks.
I think
She.
her.
They them.
They, them. She, her.
I don't
think
think
he-
any of the Pokemons have gender.
That's true.
They
yeah.
actually
I really
do.
don't. They do.
Really?
They
oh,
do.
actually, maybe some like.
Is that actually true?
Yeah, of course. You guys haven't played since Gen 1.
It's been so long.
So there's no female Pikachu.
There is a female Pikachu. She looks the same as a male Pikachu.
when they
There
get
are certain
together.
Pokemon that appear different and evolve to branch out evolutionarily based on their gender. So Nidoran goes to
right.
Nidorino or Nidorina, and then Nidoking, Nidoqueen. But then there are other things where like a female, I think. Snorunt goes into Frostlass, but a male Snorunt
That's
goes
after
into
the 150, and
there
that
you go.
means I don't recognize that.
So
Yeah.
this is the thing.
So some of
The
them, there's only
150.
one, right? Like there's only one of the three mystic
There's
birds.
there's one Mew, there's one legendary bird. Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
legendary bird. I said
Jinx.
mystic birds.
Jinx. Yes, Jinx is. There's some. Miltank is always female. Jinx is always female. Yes.
You know what
absolutely.
Pokemon I literally never got to fuck with because I didn't have the version of the game that they were in. I think they were in blue version, and I only had red and then yellow. Magmar. Could
Magmar's
never
huge.
fuck with
Magmar.
Magmar. Never. Don't even know her. Never met her. Him. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends.
So
They're all
there is
set-
that one can be
There
both
are
genders.
there are yes, most Pokemon are any gender.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're all
You know.
sexy.
It doesn't matter.
All?
No, okay.
If
maybe
you
not
love
all.
him or capital HIM.
Just put your
Your
paws
paws
up.
up.
You were born
You were
this
born
way,
this way,
baby.
baby. My mother
told me when I was young, we were almost superstars. We're pouring for my makeup on, in the glass of apple wine.
There's nothing wrong with loving who you are, she said, 'cause he made you perfect, babe. The road you'll go far. Listen to me when I say I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause God makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way.
Wait, what is it?
Don't hide yourself in regret. Just love yourself and you said
I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way. Born this way.
When you first heard that song,
I was in Delaware.
Okay.
And that changed my life.
Gaga's huge for you?
Yes. Like, that was like, because I wasn't like out necessarily to anyone. I mean, I in high school, there was a few people I would like talk to about it.
Yeah. Oh, there were.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 friends.
Girlies?
Yeah.
Or other.
And also like my best friend's also like a gay guy. So like
Still to this day,
to
same
the-
person?
no, but like, but we like grew up together and like, we had each other to like go through all
That's
that.
so
So that was like
nice.
really, really like, I was so lucky.
Yeah.
And like I feel like in college, just going out and meeting new friends, like meeting new people, like I was just so scared of like that, like anyone finding out, even though I've always been exactly like this. And so
But still,
like
but
still like
totally.
it was like a so then when that came out, like I was kind of just like I developed a crush on this guy that I became friends with. It was my first like crush on a guy, and like
straight guy?
and I had
Yeah.
feelings
Fuck!
for
I
him.
had that
yeah,
too.
I had feelings. for him.
So painful.
I was like,
did
so
he,
I
did
went
he ever
crazy.
find out?
I told. Eventually, I like broke down and I told him.
Was it that you broke down and told him that you were gay, or you broke down and told him that you were gay and had feelings for
Both.
him? Wow.
And
Was he kind?
he was so kind about
Yeah.
it. I was like, also, I was very like crazy about it, and
okay.
yeah, but that single came out in the beginning of that year of like 2011, from my memory of it, and then that summer, like that was the last time I saw him. I never saw him again. But then that summer, that album came out, I think, or something around
May
that. Yeah,
2011.
yeah.
Bin Laden.
Right. Is that true?
Yes.
Bin Laden and Gaga.
And Born This Way.
So
were
wait,
the same
what a
month.
That
month.
was Skidmore?
But so Born This Way, the single came out February of 2011.
Yes.
And yes, yeah.
So wow.
So that was February, and then that was when Matt and I were like kind of like bonding for the first time meaningfully,
Yeah.
and we were like screaming it,
Singing it a lot.
singing Born This Way, and then
I forget that song was a part of that. Yeah, I think
Totally.
because you know what? This is famously. It took me a little bit longer to get fully on board.
sure,
But actually,
With
wasn't
Gaga.
until Art Pop that I was like riding hard for Gaga.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I definitely.
That's so
Art Pop
weird.
also, like, I was for Halloween 2013. I was like her VMA performance.
with the mermaid, or no, the white
the
whiteboard.
whiteboard.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
that was
I
genius.
can
feel your heart beating in your hands, my aura and yours meeting in this dance. Pull the trigger, I'm ready. It's showtime. She
Just the teeth.
That is one
I
of
was
the
like,
best performances in VMA history.
I was like,
Into applause.
To applause.
and then all those changes, the costume changes, like,
Ah.
oh my, I rewatch that still when I need like inspiration.
No,
to
it's
just be like,
Applause
cute.
is
anything's
Taylor
possible.
Swift's favorite Lady Gaga song.
Really? Applause?
She'd
And
play
it
it
plays-
before every Eras Tour show.
Yes.
Whoa.
Gaga says that Taylor Swift came up to her at a party and was like, I love applause. And she was at first like, okay, this girl coming up telling me she likes applause. Why? Because it's like the last single. Yeah, yeah. And then like legitimately, like in private,
Yes.
people would be like, Taylor is
She's
blasting
blasting
applause right now. She was like, okay, this girl's the real deal.
It's
She actually
so-
loves applause.
It's
Like,
And she plays it at the Eras Tour.
it's so
Like,
good.
I'm actually
And I
this
got
is
to see-
inspiring me, and I'm gonna go there for my I Don't Think So, Honey.
Oh,
And it's gonna look. It's I might be like biting the hand.
What do you mean biting the hand?
Just you wait. Just you wait.
This makes me nervous.
No. I'm not biting the hand. I'm just saying, like, there's something that I want
Okay.
as a true little monster, and we're all little monsters here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's something that I think should happen, but I say this as a fan, of course.
yeah.
But I just want to point out that Born This Way, people like you. Are you saying that there is a direct link between you coming out and that album coming out?
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing that people don't realize. That was like, that unleashed something in the world.
It gave
100%.
permission to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, and you have, that's why people ride so fucking hard for Gaga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
She's the best.
I actually found recently, I have like a few bins of just like college, like, because I studied photography, so like I have like negatives and like pictures, whatever, and like paperwork, notebooks. And so I found a little notebook I guess I used to bring around with me. I don't really remember this, but I found a loose page just like torn off, and I wrote quotes that I guess I was inspired by. I literally wrote like, wait, what was it?
Like Born This Way
Yeah,
lyrics?
it was Born This Way lyrics. I forget
think
exactly which one.
People don't I think it's so easy for people that have either been in cities for a long time or are exposed to, you know, more complex kinds of social dynamics and social scenes and sexualities and things like that. Like, people take for granted how important it is to be explicit sometimes in messaging.
Yes.
Because I feel like, you know, before Gaga, obviously there was Madonna. Madonna, like, was like, you know, like her messaging was
Explicit.
very explicit.
That's what people loved.
And then, of course, like, she'd do so much work that was then more like, you know, for her experimental and things like that. And then people were able to get on board with it, but only because she had made an explicit connection with her fans and her messaging.
Yes.
And so Gaga saying, you are born this way and it doesn't matter what you are, you're amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that opens the door to then literally art pop, which was so many things, hard to quantify, hard to boil down. But it's like that with Chapel Roan too. You know what I mean? Like Pink Pony Club. This is a place that I'm explicitly realizing for you where you belong.
Right.
And I think sometimes people, it's almost like why overcompensating, I think, is connecting so much too, because there is power and there is real like benefit to just being explicit and clear, because so many people need that, even if like we may not or you may not. There was a
Right.
time that you really did.
Right,
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so true. I think like it's so easy to like, or not easy. That's not the right word. It's like,
We just take it for granted.
yeah, absolutely, we do.
100%.
We truly do. And I think sometimes like to create things too, and sometimes you want to hide behind the actual messaging of something, which totally makes sense sometimes as an artistic choice or an expression or something. Like maybe sometimes you don't want to be so deliberately,
Of course.
you know,
It
like this is what this is, you know,
Right.
whatever. But like, and there's power in that too, and like people interpreting things for sure. But it is like songs like that absolutely just like enter your like heart and
because they can cut
mind
right
and-
to
yeah.
what it is. It's like, oh, they're telling
and
me
it's like-
exactly what it is that I feel. Like, that's exactly it. Like, and I think sometimes there's like,
especially in 2011, like that whole,
Yeah.
because there was also so much like, you know, indie too, and
Yeah.
this type of that also had like was so expressive too, and felt so like, but also I felt like I was constantly on songmeanings.com like, okay, now what does this one mean?
Yeah.
I'm so stirred and like moved by these songs, but like, what the hell does this mean?
Right.
You know, and I'm like,
I still look at Genius.
and, yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
still like kind of trying to,
Like, what do they
you know,
mean?
and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, you know, but then at the same time, something like that to come out and also to just like pierce through and just like pull out your heart and just be like, you know, it's okay. And
yeah. Because it's funny how like the lyrics to Born This Way are so straightforward, and the story of it is so straightforward, but she was doing such crazy stuff in terms of style and aesthetics and even sound that it's like I remember when it came out, people were like, oh, this is like the cynical people were like, this is like more basic than something like Bad Romance or Poker Face that had like layers to it. Like Poker Face is kind of like, when you read it on the page, you're kind of like, what is this? Yeah. Like what it's dealing in metaphor.
Right.
Whereas like Born This Way wasn't, and
so
like there was this idea that like it was like more basic and that was bad. But like I don't think it's basic to be explicit. I think like you just get away with other things and you find other ways to dynamicize, if that's a word, what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
That sounds like a word.
It does sound like a word, but I wonder if we looked it up, if it would be I think I actually have looked it up before.
Dynamicize Gay Harden.
Dynamicize.
Kakuna. I love
Dynamicism.
Can you do what you do? You remember what you did when we were doing the earthquake? Like, oh yeah. What would you?
When the earthquake happened,
Well,
and you
yeah.
guys liked it.
You were like,
yeah,
oh
we were like, whoa, what was? Yeah, it was that.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Now we're getting started. Oh God! Oh.
This is the
Bring up the screen.
This is the
Holy fuck! Oh baby! Wait. This bit is my.
It's
this
the
actually is my
best.
second favorite bit that you do. Do you know what the first one is? I don't have to do with this. It's you on the roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
Because I've
which
never
is part of my
seen,
live show, which everyone should come.
I've never seen anyone perform.
Being on a roller coaster.
Not only being on a roller coaster, being on a. Is it that you're on a date on a roller coaster and you're sort of pretending you're okay with what's happening, but you're very scared?
Yeah, I'm very scared to go on the ride. I've never been on a roller coaster before.
Yeah.
And then it builds up and it just
Because
gets like.
one of the things he literally gets so right is the G-forces, like when it weighs on your body and you kind of pass out and you kind of go like... I forget where you were doing it, but I was watching it and I was just like feeling so seen because it reminded me of like Nitro. You know,
I
Six Flags
hate Nitro.
Great Adventure, when you go around the helix at the end and you're like, oh, and you kind of pass out.
Oh my God! I remember Anna Gasteyer was there too.
Oh my God!
It was that
yes,
show. Yeah,
it was
at
that
Chelsea
show.
Music Hall.
Oh,
Yes, that was really
I
fun.
was so nervous, like
she was
to
there?
perform in front of her.
know,
Yeah,
I
she was so like
She's
she
the
was
best.
into it, and she
She's
was
the
so
greatest.
She's
like
the best.
easy to talk to, very
it's like
warm.
Whenever, because now we've been lucky enough to be around a lot of those women that like when we were coming
Which
up
is
were
like,
the
yeah,
ones.
oh my God.
And like it'll happen more and more. But the thing is, like, you are nervous because you care so much what they think, but then you realize they're just sketch comedians too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's so surprising how quickly it can go from like, the reverence to also being like, like there's that person
Yes,
making their
yes,
noises
yes.
and doing their things and doing their bits, which is really like who they are. But yet
Right.
they are these
like
like
I just want to go up to Amy Poehler and be like, meep.
you could.
You could, and she would love it.
She would be-
Absolutely.
She
See if
would
it
love
tickles
it.
her. Yeah.
She would love it. She's gonna. We hope you're watching this, Amy.
Amy, hi.
This
I'm
is Richard, and you
Hey,
need to know
it's
Richard.
So lovely to meet you. Thank you for listening this far, if you have, and I hope you're having a good day.
I hope she didn't turn it off at the whole part.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear this.
it's enough of this. God damn it.
This is her. Get this. You know what's a good bit? Remember when Rachel Walensky and I did you used to do this bit? No, it'll be
No, it'll be.
Groot.
It would be. It would be. Have you been with us since Gru days?
Yeah.
I was saying I need to bring Groot back. I need to bring Groot back.
It would be like, guys, I think there's something. There's something
Wait,
in this. Hold on. Be
everyone,
careful.
This is gonna be crazy. That was scary.
That was so scary.
Oh my God.
Shh. I'm so serious. Shut the fuck up.
Be careful.
Fuck. I knew it.
What was that?
There.
Fuck. Shit.
I liked it.
I missed that.
This is one of those episodes that people are going to be like, we can't see it.
Can't
see
see.
But we have a
But
YouTube
there's
channel.
a YouTube channel.
I
There's
know.
YouTube, as you know. Wait, is doing this and is the bunny feet? That's photography major.
That's part of my photographic practice. That I
Do you
feel like
still
I've
take
incorporated.
pictures a lot?
No, but I do want to get back into it.
But
like,
you
for fun.
know how to present something visual or communicate something visually.
I think compositionally a lot.
That's perfect.
In terms of
think-
your comedy too?
Maybe, yeah.
Of course,
So
I'm sure.
describe what you mean.
Like even just like building up my show, like I was like thinking in that like cinematically a little bit, or just kind of like, or when I'm envisioning myself in the scenes or something, it's like I'm thinking from I'm like, oh, like this would be like here.
Yeah.
I don't know,
We got to
this
get you a
thing
special.
or something. Yeah.
Like this one you're working on now, would you hope to televise it?
I would, yeah, and I hope to do like
More?
yeah.
Yeah, you of course
It
will.
really, if it was really like one of those experiences, I was just like, oh, I love acting.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
it's-
I really.
Well, you
hope I
are
get
an
to do
actor.
that.
You are.
Like you
Yeah,
are. You
thank
like
you.
like I feel like some people. This is not to say, but I feel like this. It's like I did comedy because I wanted to act.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think a lot of gay guys,
Yeah,
queer people,
totally.
out here, like I didn't see like doing comedy for myself. Like I never thought I'd be that person like doing sets. Like it was all a means to an end. I don't know how you guys feel.
I was weirdly like wanting to. Yeah, I was wanting to act, but I was like, I didn't give myself the permission to. So I was like, I would be so happy in like a writer's room with like a staff job in a
Because
room.
you in your head were like mitigating it to that to not like
Yeah,
make
to
any
be like,
expectations.
yeah, I'd be like, I'm not gonna be in.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be in movies or anything. Like truly, honest to God,
Yeah,
I was like,
I feel-
I'm not gonna. They're not. No one's gonna want to do that.
Right.
So
My
it was like
brain's
self
that.
protection, but also something you convinced yourself was true.
Yeah, like I would like stop at like Simpsons episodes and be like, okay, who wrote that? Okay, oh, this person. You know, like I got really just eye rolly granular about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But
do you know
Actor.
do you know what that was for you? Like what compelled you to perform?
I feel like ultimately, I mean, around this time, 2007, I feel like I was thinking about going to like auditioning to like get into a program or something privately. I talked to like maybe one or two friends about that in high school, but like I was way too scared, and I was just like, oh, like I don't know, like people will. I think it was more like, just being closeted and being like, oh, like I don't know, people will like sniff it out and make fun of me, or I don't know, like there was something.
Yeah, like
so,
no one's gonna be rooting for me.
Yeah, and so I was just like, there's no way I'll ever do that. But then I did fall in love with like photography, and that's a different perspective, and that was so thrilling, and I loved doing that. And sometimes like when I just like look at photo books, or like I'm at an art show, or just even like just reminiscing, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm so like captivated by this. But I feel like comedy, I love performing live. Like I have so much fun, but I don't know if like I see myself like having like stand-up set or something like that.
What
like,
you
per
do is
se.
so beyond that. Like that's when I feel like you're like Caperland, you're like Colascola, like that's Richard. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
thank
you
you.
can do whatever you want to do because you're that good.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like so safe when you're performing.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like what you do is like brand new and so specific to you. That's like one of the reasons why like. I don't know. It's like I haven't. Sometimes I'm like I haven't been around in a while.
I know. I feel that way. Absolutely.
Like
but yeah.
like watching shows and stuff. But you make me excited to go watch like live stuff again.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I
thank
mean?
you so much. Thank you.
So people should be going to see.
Yeah, definitely, guys.
I haven't been to Union Hall in so
I haven't been
long.
in Union Hall in a long time. July 12th.
Come with me.
Oh.
We're gonna be in Well, I'm gonna be in LA.
Oh, you'll be in
Just
LA.
come back.
I'm coming.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I know. Well, it's time to do I Don't Think So, Honey. And my thing is, I don't have one yet. So can you go first? Because you definitely do.
Yeah, sure.
And maybe something in yours will inspire me.
Well, I mean,
I have one.
no. I'll go first.
I mean, I'm gonna have one, and it will happen.
Here we go.
So, all right. I mean, should we be nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
This is Bowen Yang's I Don't Think So, Honey. His time starts now.
I don't think so, honey. Please, I need an art pop song in the Mayhem Ball. Just one. Just
Yeah,
one.
that would be good.
I understand, Gaga, that was a very, very tumultuous time in your life. But here we are talking about art pop in the way that we have the patina on that. And now we say, if you gave us applause, hopefully you think that is a song that has aged enough. You have enough distance from that time in your life that you
30
get to-
seconds.
It is such a brilliant narrative. If you're saving it for the narrative for, I'm not going to do anything off of art pop for a decade now. We're on a decade of no art pop live anywhere. It would be so major. It would be such a euphoric
15 seconds.
release for the little monsters out there. I'm not telling you what to do, Gaga. I love you. I would die for you.
I love you.
You don't have to think about anything that I say.
5 seconds.
But I think I would weep, and I'm not a crier because I'm on SSRIs. I would weep if you sang any song off art pop.
And that's 1 minute. See, I'm not on an SSRI, and I feel that I'm confident you would cry.
I would. I know. I
Yeah,
absolutely
I-
know for sure that I would cry.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like what would happen to me if she performed from art pop is I would be on the floor in a fucking puddle, like dead, like not alive.
Which
so
song?
the fractionally you have to at least be crying. a
Of
little.
course. I think applause is sort of the safest choice for her and for us. It's like people would get excited for applause. She would sing applause, and it's like it's so conceptually interesting. It's obviously had a life of its own since Eras Tour. Truly, it's like such a thing. Like an Eras Tour, it's like, okay, the show's about to start. Like they're playing applause. Like it has lived on in such a beautiful way.
Yeah.
You just got excited.
I have my I don't think so, honey, based on this question.
Okay,
and
love.
it again, it's a roll of the dice, and I'm gonna
okay.
risk it because I really do believe this.
Risk it. This is Matt Rogers. I don't think so. His time starts now.
I don't think so, honey. Can we not? I understand we're not supposed to use the term gypsy, but can we listen to and love the
Yeah.
song Gypsy, please? Like, I feel like sometimes there's like a little bit of angst around the song Gypsy because of the term gypsy.
Of course.
Like, but I feel like that is a peak of that album.
absolutely.
Like, Gypsy is one of the great Lady Gaga songs. And
Yes.
like, it's also opens the door for so many other things.
Yeah.
I kind of believe it opens the door to like Babylon in a way.
Yes.
Like, it's
Yeah.
like
30 seconds.
Gypsy is like a brand of Lady Gaga song that I don't want to forget.
No.
Like, and I really feel like it's an important installment and it's important canon in Gaga culture. I think it would tear if Gaga
Yes.
did Gypsy at the Mayhem Ball.
Oh my
I really
God.
think that
Crying.
could be the
15
one. And I
seconds.
think
That
it's
would-
going to hit everyone so much harder. I think applause, obviously, GUY would be
I could
amazing.
cry
I'm a
thinking about
Donatella
it.
stan.
Yes.
I think it would go crazy.
Fashion.
Yeah, please. I mean,
5
all
seconds.
of it. But Gypsy, and I don't want us to be afraid of it. I think we all know the deal. But Gypsy, hey! I do think so, honey.
I'm a gypsy, hey.
Don't you know? It's like I
No.
feel like there was a
That-
little bit of a time there in that like sort of like like overcorrecty time period where
sure,
people were
sure.
like, we can't do Gypsy, and I'm like, you guys, like if we're gonna comb through all of Gaga's lyrics, like we're not gonna like it's just not. Just such a great song.
The brand of song that you're talking about, the Gaga song that you're talking about, is like when she's just at the piano, doing her, channeling maybe Billy Joel or Elton. Like I love Gaga at the piano. You're safe
In Germany.
in Germany.
like these
mustache.
odyssees.
the mustache. Oh my God,
like-
our pop era when she had the blonde bleached mustache and she had the contacts in.
Yep.
Weeping.
I mean,
like
I
her
love that
doing
entire album.
Gypsy like
Her doing
that.
gypsy like that.
That's
Oh my God.
The only way I can describe it as like it's
you
sort
go
of
with
you know what
me?
else it speaks to, which also really should be performed more, is Edge of Glory.
Oh,
Edge of
Oh
Glory
my
is one of the
God. Oh.
pop songs ever.
Ever.
Like, and so the fact that's the same brand though, same tone. You know what I'm talking about?
I think, and so far, like the Gaga Cella moments, Gaga Cabana, like all those, like Singapore, this like pre-Mayhem Ball, like tour, like the piano songs have been Shallow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm forgetting one other one.
I mean, you
Maybe
would, and you
Vanish
wouldn't
Into
want to. Yeah,
Starts with Vanish Into
You
You.
wouldn't want to lose any of those.
No,
That's the
no.
thing. But we're now at this place with Gaga where it's like you can watch even a 2.5 hour set of hers.
Oh,
and-
3.5, 4,
No,
5.
I'm saying,
true.
but like you could have like a super long set, and you'd still lose like
Oh my God.
so many songs in the catalog that you would want to hear.
Yes.
so many. Like even at the Gagachella, I was like, oh wow, she didn't do that one. She didn't do that one. She didn't do that one. And you could just keep going.
Yeah.
And I don't want the narratives to be like, oh, she didn't do anything on Joanne, she didn't do anything on Chromatica. It's like, I think it's totally at her discretion. I do think the bubble's about to burst on. We've been blue-balled out of anything art pop in like 12 years.
And it's out of love that we say.
Yes.
It's out of love and enjoyment that we say. And also, yeah, I mean, Venus, babe.
Oh,
like Venus.
When you touch me, I just a little inside.
I wonder if this could be love. This could be love. I mean, we've performed that live more than Gaga.
And it always tears down. Everyone's like, fuck yes. Self-produced.
Venus.
She produced that song herself.
I mean,
She should be so proud,
Neptune.
Gaga, of that entire album, but especially.
I saw her at Roseland Ballroom. She closed it down. Like,
oh my God! So So I saw Beyonce's 4 there. She did 4 shows.
Saw Roseland.
4 shows of
like the
4.
album.
Yes, it was 2011, the summer of
God.
2011.
Yes.
It was 4. She did 4 shows at Roseland Ballroom, and they were by far up till that point, because now I've seen her since, and obviously, so it's gotten even better. We just saw her.
But
It
such
was
an
fucking
intimate
insane.
venue.
But at the time, I was like, that is the most special, intimate performance of something so big I had ever seen, and then the real gag was, like 2 months later, or shortly after, she did the Blue Ivy Carter baby bump reveal on the VMAs,
OMG.
and I realized in that moment that she had been pregnant the entire time.
Holy shit.
Which was really crazy.
Yes.
That was crazy.
She knew she was pregnant.
Yes, and I remember, and then it made me, because one of the most emotional moments of the whole thing was her doing 1+1.
Oh.
And it's because Jay was there, etc. And I remember being like, wow, she really just like ripped a fucking hole into that song. And I realized, I was like, oh, it's because she knew she was pregnant with her first child.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep. And dancing like no, you've never seen.
Right.
Like,
There's the End of Time sort of like live music video that's just her at the Roseland doing it. I'm like, fuck, this rules.
that like
anyway.
little kick she was doing with her leg.
So good.
We heard "Girls Run the World" in the streets before the Paris show. We were like, this song too. Like,
I mean, her too. Like her VMA Vanguard. Like
everything
of like the 13-minute or however long.
that
like,
was after the self-titled, right?
Yes.
That is also something that I'm like, just to watch, to be like energized and invigorated. Like she's phenomenal.
We haven't even really gotten on the mic since then to really talk about the Cowboy Carter show. But the part I was most excited for Bowen to see were the visuals.
The visuals
were. Speak on the visuals.
Well, the visuals were, I mean, I turned them out and I was like, this was a cajillion different setups and costumes and hair moments and like lighting, gaffing moments. And they're so, and I say like thrown away because it was just like half second, cut. I was like, this must have taken months to shoot.
Yeah.
And it's all for these interstitials.
We were like, she very easily could have done like and may have done like a Cowboy Carter feature film, because not only were there so many gorgeous, like high quality cinematic setups and costumes, whatever,
but she was acting.
It's the best acting she's ever done in these Cowboy Carter visuals.
Yep.
There's a moment where she is like in a fight with a woman at a bar, and she takes a beer bottle and just smashes it over her head,
is
and
it
she
like set
never
up as
breaks.
like a narrative. Like
what would you call it? It's more vignettes.
It's vignettes that like really do an amazing job of I did not realize that I was getting distracted so that she could quick change and then come out the other side of the, you know what I mean?
No, anyone going to the bathroom during the visuals, like,
big mistake.
It's hard to say you missed one of the best parts because the whole thing, but it was like you could not pull away from that tour because there was always something cool happening.
Yeah.
Always, the whole time.
Incredible.
Are you going?
No.
You came in here wearing this chambray?
I rarely go to concerts.
I think you would like them.
I just need to literally be like sat like right next to them, and I need them to personally invite me.
You'd prefer that Beyonce just sit you down.
She's like, Richard, I got a seat for you. Enjoy the show. And then I'll be like, okay, fine. Thank you so much,
man. Okay, you ready for? I don't think so, honey.
Oh right, okay.
Okay. I've been listening since 2018.
Yeah, right, lying ass. This
Are you
is
serious?
Richard Perez. I don't think so, honey. Your time starts now.
I don't think so, honey. I don't think so, honey.
Oh my God.
The people who were unkind when I was a little boy walking the streets of New Jersey with my goddamn headphones on, bitch. Okay?
Okay.
Life is no fun, nuclear waters, they say. I try to have fun. I'm listening with my bag of CDs,
30
rumbling around,
Mm-hmm.
and you shout something unkind to me while I'm listening to Juno. Do you know who the fuck you're talking to?
Richard.
Tell him.
Do you know who the fuck you're talking to?
Let him know.
That, you know.
15
But
seconds.
I thought that was so uncalled for and very, very unkind to do to a young child. But I wish you well, and I
5
hope that you're
seconds.
okay. But never do that again. And if you are doing that, if I find out you are shouting unkind things to kids from your car, I don't think so, honey. I'm going to do something about it.
And that's 1 minute. That must have been hard.
That must have been hard.
That was my princess origin story.
Literally, period.
Yeah.
And also, can you imagine shouting something at a child?
It's sick.
It's
so
like truly
crazy.
fucking crazy that anyone would ever do that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
From a car.
From a car.
Like, you're in the most fucking cowardly position.
Yeah.
You pussy. I'm sorry. cut that out.
Literally.
Listen,
You pussy.
I
Yeah,
think that
literally.
that's
like,
what they were.
Yeah.
Stilettos. Category. Sexy bitch on the bar.
One of my
Alien superstar.
Whip. One of my favorite Beyonce moments ever recorded. The way she says, "Don't even waste your time trying to compete with me." Like, are you kidding me?
Wait, what's that from?
Alien superstar.
Oh, okay.
Don't
Well,
even.
we were laughing because like it's the Cowboy Carter World Tour, and then she does Renaissance for 3 songs. She's like, "Welcome to the Renaissance," but there's already been like kind of 5 songs from Renaissance
that
thrown
she's
without,
done
and it's Cozy, Cuff It, and
I
Alien
love Cuff
Superstar.
It.
She basically does like the first few songs
Yeah.
of the album, and then she calls that the Renaissance section. But she
it's-
also does Thick.
Thick.
Thick to me was the moment of the show.
America Has a Problem.
Oh yeah, no,
thought-
America Was a Problem was everything. Because that's when Beyonce is funny. With her little...
Bum,
Oh my
bum, bum.
gosh.
She's doing
I feel like
little-
Beyonce is so hilarious.
She's hilarious.
I feel like she like oh my gosh, y'all need to get her on here. I feel like she would be like
I feel like she just doesn't do this.
she doesn't do that
at
kind
all.
of thing.
this.
But I feel like if like you ever like I don't know, I'm so curious like her just like backstage like with her people like I feel like she's like funny.
Well, you forget how many interviews she used to do.
Right.
And you know what? And I feel like she's also I have a feeling she's really good at impressions.
Interesting. Well, remember, like during I think Sasha Fierce, she would do like these anecdotes. She would like have banter on stage. And
Yeah.
there was one famous one. She was like, one time I came home, and my husband goes, "Beyonce, have you gone swimming? Cause your nose sounds all clogged up." And like, that's like her
She was doing stand-up.
She was doing stand up, and she was like doing act outs as Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Being like, "Have you gone swimming?"
It was her
sketch.
JFL
She's
showcase at
sketch
the
com-
time.
yeah,
she
she
wanted
does
to go to
sketch comedy.
Montreal. Beyonce wanted an SNL audition.
yeah.
Well, she was famously in the Single Ladies sketch,
which
with
was really
Justin
good.
Timberlake.
Yeah.
Candy Samberg.
She knew exactly how to play it.
And she was very
With
good
those
straight man.
clowns.
Those clowns. Well, your princess origin story is something that we can all learn from.
Definitely.
What
And-
would you say to all the princesses out there?
Aw. I would say to all the princesses out there to just follow your heart and stay true to who you are and drink a lot of water and have a really good day. Put your best foot forward and take care of yourself.
I
and
know
others.
Well, I know that everyone would benefit from going to see Richard perform live. I love you. You're one of my favorite live performers. I think you're so good. I know,
So
Bowen.
spectacular. Of course. I
Like we
agree.
always talk about how funny you are. We love you a lot.
September
I love
2nd, September 7th, Joe's Pub.
And July 12th, because
July
this is going to come out July 9th. We were deciding now. It's going to be our head with our producers. This
I
is the
love you
theme song
guys.
to The Hills. We end every episode with a song, and this is one of the greatest songs of all time. Bowen and I agree. Let's go back.
That's The Hills? Back to
Laguna Beach?
No.
No, this is The Hills.
The Hills is unwritten.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wait,
right.
it wasn't. Then this is Laguna Beach.
Mandela
Laguna Beach.
effect.
Mandela effect. Oh, sorry.
Which is
I
the
got
one. Wait,
confused.
this is the one. The one you rewatched was Laguna Beach, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Sorry.
I'm not even gonna have it cut out. I'm just gonna say that was my mistake.
No, it's okay.
Wait, what?
I should have just. Oh, he meant Laguna Beach, and I feel like I.
No, because I made a mistake. Here we go.
Let's go back to the beginning, back to when the earth, the sun, the stars all align.
This is like an odyssey of its own.
'Cause it's perfect, didn't seem so perfect. Trying to fit a square into a circle was no life. I defy. Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams. Let it wash away my sanity. 'Cause I wanna hear the thunder, I wanna scream. Let the rain fall down, I'm coming clean.
Give it to the camera.
I'm coming clean.
Babe.
What did you say, babe?
I said, babe, like the way that Richard did. It's around, babe.
It's around, babe. Babe.
Bye.
Bye. Las Culturistas is a production by Will Ferrell's Big Money Players and iHeartRadio podcasts.
Created and hosted by Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang. Executive produced by Anna Hosnier and Hans Sani.
Produced by Becca Ramos. Edited and mixed by Doug Babe and Monique Laborde.
And our music is by Henry Kapersky. Did you like that?
Looking for more?
Well, then hit that like and subscribe button and watch more culture with us.
Here on the Las Culturistas YouTube channel.